Welcome everyone to Yoga Foundations. I'm Bri Morena de Santos, and we have been in a particular series over the last few weeks, but today we're actually going to mostly focus on the breath, right? So in the last few weeks, we've been focusing on a traditional vinyasa, which is where you move your body with the breath. Now, we haven't been practicing it from a traditional perspective per se, right? We haven't been really flowing with it, but we've been moving our bodies through the poses that have translated through the lineage of Hatha yoga to Vinyasa yoga. And if this all sounds foreign, that is fine. Ultimately, they're the styles of yoga that we see in America, right? It's like the typical styles is either you're holding these powerful poses or you're moving through them fast. Today, we're going to focus on the breath. We're going to move our body, but we're going to move it strategically so that we realize that the breath is everything, right? The breath controls the entire process. So no matter how fast or how slow you're moving through your yoga practice, it's all about connecting back to the prana, the life force that lives within you. But in the technical perspective, we want to expand the diaphragm, right? So we want to get into those muscles. So I'm going to have us start on our back. And you're doing a double. So it's going to be, if at any time you want to just take Shavasana, no one will judge. You're here with me all day. And we're going to take a moment. We're going to lengthen those legs out in front of us. And if it feels okay, we're going to bring the palms facing up just so we can get a little external rotation in the shoulders. That's right. And we're going to take a moment here and just observe the body in this position. Allow yourself to feel the earth beneath your body. And of course, this doesn't feel as comfortable as lying in a bed, obviously. So we want to create that comfort. So we're looking for the relaxation. So in this particular pose, take a moment in Shavasana. If you're online, you're in Shavasana. And you're just lying on your back. And observe your body in this position from head to toe to start. And feel the relaxation of the muscles in your body. And as you observe your muscles relaxing, start to simply notice the breath. Just feel the breath moving through you. Inhaling through the nostrils. Allowing yourself to exhale out of the mouth to begin. And as you exhale, more muscles, tension, anything that's happening in the body will slowly start to melt away. Now, big focus of the philosophy of yoga is our intention. I mean, that's the focus of all things in life, really. What is your intention? So in this moment, take a moment here. And if you like, you can place your left hand over your heart, your right hand on top of your belly. And allow yourself to feel the sensation of your breath pressing into the palms of your hands. You're going to feel that expansion through the body on the inhales and exhales, just giving you that tactile response. And as your hand is placed over the heart space, this is a great time to set an intention. Just bringing to mind why you are practicing yoga today. Maybe the intention's even deeper than that. Challenging to set an intention. You can start by just offering yourself gratitude. Are you okay with being up here? I'm going to fill in that intention with a deep inhalation. Open the mouth and let it go. My yoga teachers get a little loud for the other students. Yes. Take 2 more rounds of breath. We are not shy with our breath. And on your next inhale, take your hands overhead and point your fingers and toes in opposite directions. We're going to invite that happy Saturday stretch in the body. Stretch, 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 stretch. And then notice how you're inhaling on your stretch. And as you exhale, you bring your knees toward your body. And you can hook your hands right under your knees if that feels better. Just kind of drawing your knees into your chest. And if it feels good, you can rock from side to side, just getting a little massage in your lower back. Maybe making big circles if that feels good. And of course, wiggling your toes, releasing any tension in your ankles. And when you're ready, we're going to drop our feet back to the mat. Knees are going to stay pointing towards the sky. And I'm going to offer you to bring your hands by your side, palms facing down or facing up, whatever feels comfortable, or you can even place them over your belly. We're going to take a moment here and just notice your breath. Feel your inhalations and exhalations here. And on your next exhale, you're going to exhale your knees over to the left. And then inhale your knees towards the sky and exhale them over to the right. And you're getting into this gentle windshield wiper of your knees as they float from side to side. Now, this is the first exercise in the breath and the body connection. So as you inhale the knees up, you exhale them to each side. You're not in a hurry. It's a nice drizzle. It's not a rainstorm. So as you're doing your windshield wipers, your knees are just floating from side to side with your breath. And take a moment and just observe your body moving with the breath. You're also getting a bit of a massage in your lumbar spine, releasing some tension in your back, getting a little bit of twisting through the spine, and releasing tension that might be present in the hips and the flexors. One more round. And then we're going to bring ourselves back to center. And we're going to just roll over onto our right side and curl into a little ball. Like you're lying in bed and you're just resting your head on your arms. So take a moment here, just feel your breath, feel your body. And then the hand that is not resting under your head is going to push into the mat as you slowly rise. And if it seems like I'm over-explaining every movement, I'm doing it on purpose. Yes, I want us to think about everything we're doing today. Yeah. We're going to draw the bottoms of the feet together when you arrive. Take your time. And from your seated position, your hands can either be on your ankles, they can be up higher up on your legs, whatever feels good. And it might not feel great at first, kind of opening up through the hips today, right? So we can just let a little bit of weight from our arms rest on our legs if that feels good to the body, or we don't have to. So take a moment, we're gonna draw the shoulders into the ears and we're gonna float them behind our back. And then we're gonna do it again. We're gonna float those shoulders up. And we're just gonna get into a little bit of shoulder movement. Now we're gonna add in the breath. You're gonna inhale, roll your shoulders towards your ears. Exhale, roll them down behind you. We're gonna take it even slower. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. I'm gonna add on a layer. As you inhale your shoulders up, you're gonna feel a little encapsulation of your heart. And as you exhale them down, you're gonna feel your shoulder blades come together. You're gonna feel a little expansion through your chest. And take a moment and observe that expansion. Yes. We're gonna reverse that movement here in just a moment. So find a nice neutralized moment in the body. And then inhale the shoulders into the ears, exhale them forward. You're gonna notice this is harder, right? Because it's not what intuitively the body wants. And that is a first message that when you're doing something in yoga class and it doesn't feel intuitive to your body, then you don't do it. Even if the teacher's saying to do it, right? Because it feels a little different. It doesn't feel like as easy, right? Okay, so go ahead and roll those shoulders into your ears and float them back behind. We're gonna hold that expansion in our cavity of our chest. We're gonna tuck our chins into our bodies. And then we're gonna encourage our shoulders to come down our back, bringing the blades together. You're gonna feel that gentle stretch. Now you might feel a little pressure in your lumbar spine because you're holding your body so erect and you're engaging your core. Now we're going to round our spine and you're going to lengthen through the arms a bit and you're gonna feel that release. And these are the moments in yoga class that feel good, right? When you get that little release before you're holding a pose again. We're gonna slowly bring the knees together, pointing towards the sky or towards the ceiling. You're gonna bring your hands right under your legs. You're gonna grab onto some flesh. Yep. We're going to inhale our nose up. Imagine you're a happy cow smelling the roses. And exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine like you're a mad cat. And we're gonna go through some seated cat-cows. And we're just getting some spinal flexion here, moving the breath through the blood, right? Getting that oxygen flowing through our bloodstream, getting some fluidity in our muscles, our spine. Yes. One more round of breath. We're gonna come back to center, take your time, and we're gonna eventually make our way onto all four. Now, this is a great place to place your blanket under your knees if you like. And we're gonna do cat-cows from this perspective. Hands are gonna be right under your shoulders, fingertips nice and spread. And feel your palms pressing into the mat. Come here, little sister. And this is another moment that I want you to recognize. I want you to recognize the palms of your hands pressing into your mat. Every time your palms press into your mat, this is also another moment that's going to help you throughout your practice. So when you're ready, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, tuck your chin around your spine like that mad cat. And as you inhale, release your belly, lift your nose like that happy cow. And moving through your cat-cows. Very popular warm-up pose before you're getting ready for movement in your entire body. But we want to take these moments, we want to stretch the spine. Feel free to hang out in one of the poses a little bit longer. Oh my goodness, that little baby. So happy. We have a little baby in class. I'm not calling somebody a baby. We're gonna take one more round of breath here. We're gonna come back to a neutralized spine. And I want you to just feel your spine neutral, right? You felt it in Mad Cat and you felt it in Happy Cow. And now you're feeling it in neutral. This is equally important no matter how simple or advanced your classes are. So we're gonna walk those hands out in front of us. We're gonna do what I call a stretchy kitty cat. So just imagine yourself as like a stretchy kitty cat and just let your head dangle in between your shoulders. Yeah. We're just stretching the body. We're gonna come back onto all four. And we're going to lengthen that right foot behind us and tuck the toes. And I like to just move my body through the toes. So just moving from front to back to front. Again, keeping track of your knees, making sure they always feel comfy. Eyes are right in between your thumbs. Just releasing any tension in your cervical spine. So we want the back of your neck to be nice and neutral. Even if you need to look up really quick and see what's happening around you, try to bring yourself back to that neutral spine. Take one deep round of breath, inhaling through your nose, maybe a gentle exhale out of the mouth. And then we're gonna come back through tabletop. We're gonna lengthen the opposite side, tuck the toes, and we're just gonna gently move back and forth. For my teachers in the room or my advanced practitioners, invite the breath, invite the stretch, right? Don't let the movement dictate your practice, meaning we could be in the most simplistic movement, but you should be focusing on challenging your breath, inviting a deeper stretch, or just feeling that engagement of your core, protecting your spine, preparing your body for whatever's to come. We're gonna come back to tabletop, and we're gonna walk that right foot in between our thumbs, and we're gonna take our time arriving there, and that back foot's gonna slide behind us. And now we're in this low lunge, and this is a great place to have your blocks under your hands. And just take a moment here, and just like we were moving back and forth, we're just gonna do little bunny bounces. So we're just gonna bounce our hips up and down, and this is gonna help us get a little bit into that hip flexor. We're just opening up our hips. We're always opening up the hips at yoga. All right, we're gonna do our first little balance challenge as we tuck the toe and lift the back knee. And we're gonna hang out here for a round of breath. This is where I want you to start to inhale through your nostrils and see if you can exhale out of your nostrils. Now we are in allergy season, so if using your nostrils for both the inhale and exhale is impossible, then it is, right? Then just go back to exhaling through the creases of your lips. And yes, we're holding a challenging pose, and that's okay. Ooh, we have baby cooing in the class. I'm loving this. I'm trying not to just stare at the baby. We're gonna walk that back foot forward, and we're gonna come into a fold. Your knees are gonna stay bent, and you can bring your blocks right under your hands, changing them to the higher tower if you like. And we're going to pedal our knees. Now we're getting a little bit more movement in the body, so we're gonna focus on the breath. So inhaling, exhaling. Imagine you are dancing and every movement you make matters. We're getting into those toes. We're releasing tension in our lower back. We're in a slight inversion, so our head is below the heart, so we can kind of feel that blood rushing to the mind. Now we're gonna bend those knees nice and generous. You're gonna draw your belly button into your body. You're gonna feel that core engagement. Release your blocks, and we're gonna slowly roll up. Take your time arriving. Slow, slow, slow. Let your head float right on top of your shoulders last. Woo, yes. When you arrive, we're going to inhale our hands into the air. And just like when you're lying on your back, you're inviting a stretch. Notice how when you're stretching, you're inhaling, and then exhale, release your hands by your side. Go ahead and tuck your chin into your chest, release any tension in your neck, shoulders, your jaw. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna inhale, palms up, 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 up. Reach for the stars, invite that stretch. And exhale, down, down, down. Release your glutes, take a moment. Now, yoga is a functional practice, right? Because we want at 90 years old to be able to reach for those cookies at the top of the shelf. We can eat whatever we want at 90. And then exhale, release. Just a little diet tip from Bree. When you're 90, eat what you want. Okay, we're gonna take that right hand down our right leg, and we're gonna invite that stretch. And I like to call these simple stretches like the Jane Fonda stretches, right? But they're really good, aren't they? When was the last time you just got up and started stretching your body, right? You gotta come to a whole class to do it, because that's how the adult life is. Slowly rise, take your time. Left hand down your leg, right hand overhead. And again, release any tension in your neck and your jaw. And of course, you're gonna feel the bottoms of your feet pressing into your mat. You're gonna feel that stretch through your hip, your side body, and you're gonna notice your breath. Slowly rise. And again, inhale the hands up. Now notice whenever you're in a deep, deep stretch, you're probably inhaling or even sometimes holding the breath instinctively. Now exhale, fold, and bend your knees whenever you need to. As you make your way all the way down, go ahead and wiggle things out. Shake your head from side to side. Notice if you have any tension in your jaw. That's right. And then we're gonna slowly roll back up. Let your head be the last thing to arrive. So in a yoga, there's a lot of moving up and down, bending at the waist, cutting through the midline. And that's gonna help you in a more quicker pace class if you shall desire. We're gonna bring the hands right to your heart space. And this is where we get that peaceful mind-body connection, right? Our hands are in prayer. And this allows us to just take a moment, like take the symbolism and run with it, right? This should evoke peace, calm, patience, love, all of the good things, right? Tucking the chin toward your chest a little bit, just giving yourself a moment of gratitude. We're gonna keep those palms pressing together, and as they rise, they lift toward the sky, take your eyes off the tip of your fingers. And again, this starts to get you into more of a meditation practice as your eyes follow and focus with the body. Hands come back down to heart, and they're gonna go all the way down to the mat now. Palms are still together. And now you're going to inhale, let your fingers come up your shins to your knees, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're gonna bend those knees. We're gonna come all the way back down to the mat on hands and knees. And we're gonna stretch our right foot behind us. Sorry, my onliners. We're gonna stretch the right foot behind us, stretch the left foot behind us, and then we're gonna drop both knees, flatten our feet, lift our nose, pretend you're a little sill on a rock. Yes, get into that deeper stretch. You're gonna feel that abdominal stretch, that lower back stretch. Exhale, bring your tail to your heels. We're gonna take a little break, and you can keep your belly right on top of your thighs, or you can open up the thighs, let your belly rest in between. Coming into a child's pose, and just have a little moment of peace here as well. Now, anytime you're holding a peaceful pose like this, we want to focus back on the breath. So now I'm going to get you into some diaphragmatic breathing, whatever that looks like for your body today. You're going to inhale through your nostrils, and I want you to look for that expansion. You're going to feel that expansion through your back, your side body, your belly. And then slow, deliberate, prolonged exhalations, preferably out of the nostrils, but through the creases of the lips are okay. You can always bring a block right under that forehead, right? Just kind of giving you a little bit of support. And we're just gonna focus on those inhales and exhales for right now. Look for that somatic connection. Look for your body to notice that you're breathing. You breathe all day long and your body doesn't take note of it, right? Because it's intuitive, it's instinctual. Also, it takes a lot of calories to focus on your breath all day long. But in these quiet moments, we can do just that. Now remember, your lungs are trapped in your rib cage here. So as you inhale, you're gonna feel that pressure happening from your rib cage. And as you exhale, you're gonna feel that gentle release through your body. Now only inhale as much as you can handle activating your diaphragm. It might take you weeks, months, maybe even longer to re-engage that muscle in your body. Unless, of course, you're a former swimmer or you played a blow instrument or maybe you're a singer. But for most of us, we have to re-engage that diaphragmatic breathing in our body. Taking one more deep, delicious round of breath here. And then we're gonna slowly make our way back to tabletop. We're gonna tuck our toes this time and we're gonna lift our hips for downward facing dog. Now, if it's been a while since you practiced yoga and downward facing dog does not feel good, you can stay in tabletop, or you can walk your hands towards your toes or your toes towards your hands and come back into that forward fold with your blocks instead of down dog. For the rest of us, we can come into down dog. You can have a generous bend in the knees. Your heels do not have to touch the mat. And you can pedal it out. You can shake your head. You are in an inversion. Your head is below your heart. And so you might feel a little bit dizzy. You can raise your head looking towards the top of your mat. and release that pressure. We're gonna walk our toes to meet our hands. So wherever you are, you're gonna gently make your way into that forward fold if not already there. Bend those knees, and we're gonna slowly rise. We're gonna start to move our bodies a little bit faster, but not in any necessarily traditional way, just so we can see the movement with the breath. Notice how you're inhaling as you rise. Inhale the hands up. And exhale the hands to your heart. Yes. We're going to hold the hands to the heart. We're going to take a round of breath here. Yes, that peaceful moment, right? Next time you inhale the hands up. This time we're going to take a little heart opener. Let your hands come out like a little cactus. Yes, inhale up. Let's do 2 more times so you can get used to it. And exhale, release. Yes, inhale up. Uno más. Exhale, let it go. And inhale, rise. This time we're going to exhale, swan dive. So let the hands come out like you're just a beautiful little swan. You're diving right into that pond. Inhale, lifting halfway. Let your fingertips come up your shins. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to bend the knees. We're going to inhale, rise like the sun. Up, 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 up. And exhale, let it go. Woo! Yes. Inhale, up. Exhale your hands back to your heart. So notice you just moved very fast, quickly, and you did it wonderfully, gracefully. We're going to bring our hands down by our side. We're coming into our mountain pose. And this is a powerful pose. I want to really walk you through your body in this pose, because everything we do standing in yoga comes from this pose. So I want you to imagine the mountains, the Sandias, the Manzanos, whichever ones are your favorites, right? You know. So imagine the mountain, and I want you to feel your body as that mountain, right? So our mountain isn't sort of like a little sad mountain, right? It's a powerful mountain. Like, I'm here, notice me, but also I don't need you to. Like, I'm a mountain, right? So most importantly, you did this before. You had this expansion in your body. So we're going to start from bottom up, root to rise. So take a moment and just notice your feet. They can be together, hip distance apart, or if you need more balance and stability, maybe even wider, right? So what you don't want to do is feel unsettled. You want to feel grounded like that mountain. So whatever you need to get there. So think about your toes here. Maybe lift your toes up, even if you're wearing socks, and see if you can drop your toes one by one, toe by toe, and feel them now really grounded into your mat. Now, you might have noticed that your knees tensed up, so release any tension in your knees, right? Sort of like the Goldilocks of yoga. We're looking for what's just right, okay? And then draw your awareness now to the back of your knees, a little bit of flexion there. And then bring your awareness through to your glutes, and they're not squeezing, they're nice and relaxed. And then I'm gonna have you bring your hands to your hips for just a moment. And I want you to notice if you're protruding forward or you're ducktailing back. And I want you to just find something that's just right. Yeah. And now, same thing. Shift your weight into your right foot, to your left foot. Don't get dizzy. And bring yourself back center. So you're centered every which direction. Now release your arms again. Draw your shoulders into your ears and see if you can float them now down behind you. You're going to feel that expansion, right? So your blades are coming together behind your back. You're drawing your wings together, but you're not standing at attention like a British soldier, right? Like you're still feeling comfortable. So now let's take our nose to the sky, and you're going to feel that flexion in the back of your neck. Take your chin to your chest, and you're going to feel that flexion in the back of your neck. And now float your head right on top of your shoulders. This is your mountain, right? So everything else we do, you kind of want to pay attention to what your body looks like here, feels like here, right? So my body and your body might feel and experience this pose a little differently. All right, so kind of memorize that in your body. We're going to inhale the hands up. Now it feels a little different when you're in this pose, inhaling up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Whoa, look, you feel a little bit more structured. Keep folding at the waist as you hinge at the hips. Bend your knees whenever you need to. And now we're going to step out into a gentle plank. Take your time. We're going to drop both knees when we arrive. Flatten your feet. And now we're gonna do our first yogi push-up. Your hands are right under your shoulders, elbows into your side. Nose is gonna go to the mat. Yogi push-up. Feel free to drop your belly. And we're gonna come into a little sill on a rock. So you're gonna press and lengthen through the arms. Woo! Exhale the tail to the hands. And this is where the strength part of the practice starts to kick in, right? So we really wanna stay connected with the breath, especially those exhales when we're using the muscles so we don't get a cramp. So now you're back into your resting pose. So take a moment here, find your breath. And we're gonna test this out. So if at any time we're moving just a little bit faster than your heart so desires, you find your mountain. You find whatever pose can bring you to a nice stable place of being, okay? So you do not have to follow right along, and you can be a few breaths behind. We're gonna slowly come to tabletop. Right leg in between the thumbs. Exhale the left leg as it slides behind you. Inhale, tuck the toe and lift the knee, and exhale, find the pose. Notice your breath here. As you inhale, step the back foot forward and exhale here. Take a deep inhale as you slowly rise. Notice how we're using our breath. And as you rise, keep inhaling, hands overhead. And you can only inhale for so long, so sometimes you have to move faster. Exhale your hands to your heart. Woo, you couldn't wait for that. We're gonna step that right foot back. And then we're going to keep our hands in our heart space. We're gonna take a deep inhale here, and we're gonna exhale, fold halfway. So we're not gonna fold all the way. Your nose will not go near your knee, just halfway. Find your breath. That's right. And we're gonna slowly begin to bend that front knee, step that back foot forward, and we're gonna take the hands overhead, coming into chair pose. So from pyramid to chair, for my yoga teachers in the room, shoulders are reaching towards the ears, and then you're gonna relax them down back into their sockets. Bring our hands to cactus so that we're not stretching and hurting our neck. Bring your hands to your heart, back to prayer, and slowly rise. Yes, inhale your hands up over your head. Exhale, take a little heart opener. Inhale, activate your core. Exhale your hands back to your heart. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, take it all the way back down to the mat. Inhale, lifting halfway, let your knees bend intuitively. Exhale, fold, step into that plank. This is your strength-based part of the practice. Drop your knees, flatten your feet. Lift your nose, drop your belly. You're a little sill on a rock. Exhale your tail to your heels. Take a round of breath because you get to rest. Deep inhale. Nice, slow exhale. Activating that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest. This is what gives you that calm feeling in yoga. Slowly come back to tabletop. Take your time. Hands are right under your shoulders. Left leg in between your thumbs. And as you exhale, slide that foot behind you. Inhale, tuck the toe. Exhale, find that low lunge. Find your breath here. You're gonna feel that stretch in your body. Inhale, step that foot forward. Exhale, release. So usually we inhale on effort, exhale on relaxation. Slowly inhale as you rise. Maybe go a little bit faster because I don't know how long you can inhale. As you inhale, exhale, let it go. Woo! Yes, inhale, reverse. Exhale, heart opener. Inhale, use your core as you rise. Exhale your hands down through center, fold forward. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold. And we're gonna take pyramid in the opposite direction on this side. So hands are gonna come up overhead for chair. So we're gonna hang out in chair for just a moment, just long enough for you to almost hate me. Feel free to laugh because you're like, no, I do hate you. You're supposed to laugh. Okay, hands are gonna come to cactus and then bring your hands back to your heart. So you're pretending that someone's rolling up a chair behind your tail. And then we're going to gently step that left foot back and we're gonna lengthen both legs. You are not in a total forward fold, so you're nice halfway here. So we just did it on the reverse. We did the opposite side differently. Find your breath here. Now feel the earth beneath your feet, and you're gonna slowly press up as you root to rise. And that's gonna encourage some balance, challenge, and strength as well. We're gonna step that back foot forward, mountain pose. Ha. So we're gonna hang out here for a few rounds of breath, and we'll put the camera on some teachers here, and just take a moment and just relax. Give us a little air. Do everything with kindness. Yes. Now we wish everyone did that. All right, a little bit of air for you. Well, hello. I'm just trying to make my way back here. So. Great meditative practice. You heard me playing with a baby and you're like, I'm a mountain. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Okay. All right, my dears, we're going to inhale the hands up. And this time we're going to do the slowest swan dive, hinging at the hips, like your fingertips are moving through honey. And just enjoy it, right? Inviting all these gentle micro moments of relaxation through every muscle. And then inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to come into what we call a little yogi ball. So you're just going to come down into a little ball. Another great place to have some blocks handy. Now, this is really getting into the feet, okay? And make adjustments as you need to for your feet. Yes. Now, remember when I was having us pay attention to our hands? This is another place where you're sort of forced to think about your toes. And yoga is very toe-focused, foot-focused, okay? So we're going to take another round of breath. There's also other reasons for this pose that sort of show up later in other poses. So it's a nice pose to practice. And then as you exhale, we're going to drop our knees, flatten our feet. Woo, great work. We're going to swivel those legs around and in front of us. And we're going to take a block if you have one and want to use one. And we're going to place it right under the knees. Now, last week, for those of you who were in class, we did the seated version of mountain pose, and we will do that, but I want us to do the comfortable version first, Dandasana or staff pose. So just take a moment here and just feel how relaxing this is to have your knees having flexion. So anytime you're standing and you're forward folding, if you bend the knees, you're going to have this relaxation feeling, right? You're going to release tension from areas of your body that don't want it. And our knees dictate our practice because, we'll only get the two. So we don't want to overdo them. We want to honor them throughout our practice. So if you need to bend knees, I want you to think about this block under your knees. If you're standing, you stay seated. I'm just going to stand. So if you're standing and you're forward fold, bend those knees. If you're in down dog, bend those knees, right? Bend those knees to get this same feeling. Now I'm going to remove the block and you're going to see what I'm talking about. So now we're going to remove the block. If you need to add the blocks back in after a round of breath, please do. So take a moment, release any flesh. Yeah. Feel yourself rooted and grounded. Yeah, you can feel the root and the grounding. Yeah. So you're the mountain again. So toes to your nose, right? Because if we point the toes, then we're going to activate the quads. So we're going to add more stress and strain to the muscles. So we want to flex those toes, release any tension in our knees. And we want to notice where our knees naturally go. For some of you, you might naturally turn out. For some, you might turn in. We want a little gentle neutralization. So a little turn in, unless you're like super hyper turned in. But we want it nice and neutral. So you don't want to just splay out, okay? And we want to now invite that energy. So this is going to get real hard real quick. So we're going to draw the shoulders into our ears. And we're going to float them down behind our back. And you're going to feel that expansion again. But again, you're not sticking your chest out, right? You don't want all that flexion in your lumbar spine. It's going to get real challenging. We want just that little lift, that expansion, that mountain pose. The hands go wherever, right? I have really long arms, so they're everywhere. But they just float by your side, no big deal. And you're going to take a round of breath. And this pose becomes very challenging after a round of breath, right? So we're going to take a nice round of breath. Again, notice if your nose is too high or your chin is too tucked. We want that nice Head floating right on top of the shoulders, filling. That's right. One more round of breath if we have it. And now tuck your chin, round your spine, relax your muscles. Ah, total difference, right? So throughout your entire practice, you can choose to practice like this, right? Just kind of like floating limbs and body parts. Or you can choose those moments to be really strong and those moments to be really soft and relaxed. And then you'll have that perfect balance of your practice. Yeah, you'll be here for both strength and flexibility and relaxation, all of the things. So now we're going to place that block back under the knees, one or two, yogi's choice. And now we're going to do a nice forward fold. So we're going to inhale our hands up and exhale, fold. Let your head get as relaxed. Don't try to look up. Relax the shoulders. Let the shoulders melt around the front of your body. Let the back of your body expand. Yes. And you're just going to hang out here. Find your breath. Another deep round of breath. Yes. As you slowly exhale, slowly roll up. Take your time. Ah, wonderful. We're going to slowly make our way onto our back. So just release your blocks. Keep your blocks nearby them, like in arm's reach. And then just drop forearm to forearm. Make your way down nice and gently. We're going to stretch the body in both directions. So remember, when you invite that stretch, you're probably on an inhalation. So inhale, stretch, 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 stretch. Exhale, let it go. Draw the knees back towards your body. Woo! Yes. And as you squeeze your knees into your chest, your hands can be over or under your knees. And then release your feet back to the mat. We're going to do a nice gentle pose, hold. So you're going to shift your hips over to the left side of your mat, and you're going to let your knees just drop to the right. Now, this might not feel great. It might feel a little bit strange. And you can place a block right in between your knees or in between your thighs, if that feels good. And you can just hang out and enjoy just a gentle stretch. Yes, that's perfect. Being wound up. And this should feel gentle, right? This shouldn't feel like a complete active stretch. It should feel passive once you invite the stretch to your body. And if it doesn't feel passive, take a moment and reorganize your body. So sometimes in yoga, we are inviting a deep stretch. It's going to feel intense. It's going to feel active. Other times, we want the stretch to happen naturally. So as you lie here, as you exhale, the stretch becomes deeper just by way of being in this position. So if it feels like you're holding yourself, if it feels like your abs are activated, your core is too activated, then see if we can use those blocks so we can shift those hips a little bit more. Salud, blessings. One more round of breath. And now we want to invite the core. So as you inhale, engage the core to protect the spine and draw your knees back up. Shift your weight back into the center. Maybe squeeze your knees into your body. That's right. Yes, kind of reset, recalibrate, neutralize your spine. And then bring your feet back to the mat, knees to the sky. We're just going to shift the hips to the opposite side of the mat. So you're going to do a little shift and let the knees fall to the opposite. Yes. And just helps us get into that stretch. And you can place blocks under your knees, in between your knees, in between your thighs. Use your blocks to help you get deeper if you need to, if you just need that support. Yes. And we're gonna hang out here. We're gonna look for our breath. Yes. Filling the lungs, feeling that expansion through your body. Feeling the response that you're getting by sensing the breath in your body. And most importantly, noticing the differences. Notice when you take time to breathe, when you might naturally hold your breath. Maybe you're trying to balance your body or listen to an instruction, you might hold your breath then. But then remembering to bring yourself back to that deeper inhale, exhale pattern. One more round of breath. And then you're gonna look for that core engagement to draw yourself back center. Take your time arriving, nice and slow and easy, knees into the body, give yourself a hug. That's right. And now we're going to keep that right knee in and we're gonna lengthen that left leg all the way back down to the mat. Squeeze that knee toward your body. You can bring your hands over your knee or under your knee. I like under my knee, I can just get a tighter grip. And then when you're ready, if your hands are under your knee, you're gonna transition them over and you're gonna draw that knee over your body, twisting the body. Yes, you got it. Just twisting the body over and you're gonna look in the opposite direction of your knee. Yeah, and you're just inviting that stretch through your thoracic spine. Find your breath here. When we're in these deep twists, you're also binding your hands to your knees. If we're not really focusing with intention on the breath, it can cause a little cramp. It's a little traffic jam, right? And then look for an exhale and release. Ah, like you're opening up the faucet and the water is flowing through. Yes. Both knees come back into the body, hips are centered on the mat. Notice if your shoulders, hips, and things are all over the place, right? Just kind of realign, that's okay, happens. And we're gonna keep that opposite knee in. We're gonna squeeze it in and lengthen the opposite leg. We're just getting into that stretch. And again, this is the functional part of yoga. The poses, all of that is either building mindful practices, building strength in the brain, or strengthen the body but a lot of it's functional, stretching, getting the body prepared for life. You're gonna slowly draw that knee over your body on an exhale. Use your breath. Yes. Where your eyes and breath go, the body flows. That's right. And again, this is one of those poses that is requiring a bit of effort because you are drawing down the leg, but you are looking for relaxation and ease as well. So you want both. That's right. Notice the breath. Feel the sensation of the breath moving through your body. Maybe noticing where the stretch is happening. Tension is invited into the practice, but pain is never welcome, right? So when we feel pain and it's beyond tension, then we release out of the poses, we take a break, we do what we need to do. Sometimes we're bringing old injuries that get reactivated throughout yoga, or we're just dehydrated, the human experience. One more round of breath. Slow exhale to release the body out of the pose. Take your time. That's right. Knees back into the body, and then we're gonna take those windshield wipers here in just a moment. So squeezing those knees in, releasing any tension, and eventually you will drop those feet back to the mat and exhale the knees from side to side, just like windshield wipers. And again, as a gentle reminder, you're not moving faster than your breath. So if your knees are going in a storm, but your breath is in a drizzle, you got to reconnect the breath with the body. So inhale the knees up, exhale them to either side. Yes. And once you have the breath movement pattern down, you can start to focus on what you need. Maybe you need a deeper stretch on one side, whatever feels good. One more round of breath. And have your block nearby. This is gonna be a mindful practice for some of us. And your knees are gonna stay pointing towards the ceiling, hip distance apart. You're gonna press through the bottoms of your feet, and as you float your hips up, you're gonna place the block under your hips. So you're gonna find which level you prefer. Maybe it's the lower, wider side. For some of you, you might like the tower if you wanna get deep into it. And it should be comfortable. So you might take a moment, this is the mindful part, to figure out what feels best, but you should not feel like you're doing an abdominal workout. You should be able to relax. Now it is a block, so it won't feel as comfortable as a pillow, but your abs should be relaxed. You are in an inversion. Your head is below your heart here. So just take a moment, let your back settle into the block, and let yourself relax. Now you can stay here if you want to get a little bit of a hip flexor opener while you're getting that lumbar spine a bit more relaxed. You can draw the bottoms of the feet together and let the knees just butterfly out. If this feels again like you just activated your core, you're getting an abdominal workout, then you can draw the knees together and let the feet come out as wide as the mat, which might give you the opposite reaction. And yes, if you want to ditch your block, if at any time this inversion and this block isn't serving you, then ditch it. Otherwise, we're just going to take 5 rounds of breath, 5. And I want you to count your breath, feel those inhales and exhales. When you complete your 5 rounds, you will gently come out of the pose, release the block, and check in with your body. What do you need? Any stretch, any movement, any self-massage. Take a moment, check in. Now, even though it doesn't feel like you might have done anything really substantial physically, you did. And you really did breathe with intention. So you probably are more dehydrated than before you came. So imagine that you just went and got a deep tissue massage, because that is essentially what you just did with your breath and the stretching. As you take a few more moments to check in with your body, see what you need. You'll eventually make your way to a final resting pose, Shavasana. And as you bring yourself lying all the way down onto your back, if this doesn't feel good, you can place blocks under your knees. You can place a blanket under your head. You can roll over onto one side, or you can lay on your belly instead. So you do not have to take the traditional pose of Shavasana. But as you rest into this pose, take a moment. This is for your nervous system. Everything you did before this moment, your body is recognizing as intentional, on purpose, and safe. So the fact that you're taking time to rest after stretching, moving, breathing, Your nervous system is going, oh, okay, so this is good, this is healthy. And the more you do the things that you did today, the more your body will be receptive to them, right? Because your body, your nervous system's entire job is to protect you, keep you alive. So sometimes we get tight muscles and stiffness because the body has no idea what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. So with breathing and stretching and relaxing, we're teaching the body to do more of the same, more of that. And over time, you will see your posture, you will see your flexibility, you will see your functional movements start to be more natural and normal for your body. I'm going to give us some moments of silence. Take a moment, relax any tension in the body. Notice if you're holding any tension in your jaw, your shoulders, your glutes. Your eyes can be soft. And if you choose to close your eyes, you can think of a symbol of peace. Maybe it's the peace sign, a horse, a tree, whatever it could be for you. And as you inhale, maybe that symbol becomes brighter in the mind. As you exhale, maybe it fades into the distance. Yourself to become aware of your surroundings, hearing the sound of the music, the cooing of the baby, the sound of your breath, feeling the earth beneath your body, feeling the wiggles of your fingers and toes. And if it feels okay, perhaps rolling over onto the right side of your body, coming into that little ball. And just taking another moment here and just feeling that connectedness, that comfort, that safety and security that you offer yourself. Like you're cuddling with yourself. And with the gazes of your eyes soft or even closed, imagine you're a feather and you begin to float your body to a seat. Take your time, nice and slow, nice and easy. Yeah. And perhaps bringing your hands over your heart space, maybe one on top of the other, or any other position you prefer. Take a moment, tuck the chin toward the body. And as you give your heart a hug, or you just imagine you're doing so, offer yourself love and gratitude. Gratitude for the time, the ability, the motivation, and of course, most importantly, the health, your health. And then sending love to each other all around the room and into the ether for our online yogis. Just sending each other love and appreciation for being present with each other, energetically encouraging and loving. And may we all collectively send love and peace out into our community. And let's seal in all of these wonderful thoughts with a deep inhale, but practice non-attachment and let it go. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in this special class today. May you all go in peace, love and light. Namaste. Yay! We did it. And before you guys leave online, if you want to see a cute little baby who practiced yoga with us today, I'm going to take you back there. His name is John, and he sat there like a little yogi the whole time. It was only during Shavasana that he was like, what in the world?
I was like, did Joella bring her baby? And that was totally immediately what I thought. So
I wish I could have brought the computer back, the camera, so you guys could have seen him when she was practicing. But then you were all on your back too. So he was such a good baby.
rolling. She's like, I did not just call someone a baby. I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, I don't know how this is sounding at home.
Yeah.
It's staying? Oh, cool. They're staying for the next class if any of you are coming back online.
I
Good
will.
to
I'll
see
there.
you, Allison. Good to see you, Ashley and
You
Raven.
too,
And
Bree.
hugs and kisses. See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.